Hey, what's up YouTube? So this is my second attempt at running this stream. I do apologize about that. But, welcome to Stream Sunday. I'm going to be trying to do this every week. And this is where I play a game and just play for an hour. Unedited, live. If you are having issues watching the game, let me know in the chat or in the comments once this thing goes live, or goes on demand. In the meantime, welcome to the game. We are playing Factorio this week. So, we're going to start a new game. So, I tend to run default. I do actually disable enemies. They get a little overbearing. That does tend to be something I do. Other than that, let's generate the map, see what we get. Okay, so it always gives tips on what to do, what certain things do. And here is our mission. So, we're in free play. We need to launch a rocket into space. Now, a lot of people do a ton of rockets and just go absolutely crazy with their factory. I actually haven't achieved that level in this game before, so we'll see what happens. So, we need to build a rocket silo, launch a rocket with a satellite. We need to get to advanced technologies, and we need to start small. Now, I am playing with Bob's mods and Angel's mods, which dramatically increase everything I have to do to actually get there. So, taking a look at the map, we do have a variety of resources nearby. Ooh, what is that? Desert tree. That's a new one. Let's see what we get with that. And I get to keep a desert tree? Okay. So, right here we have rubite. Now, this is an Angel's refining item. This creates lead and nickel early in the game, which is going to be useful, honestly. So, that's something I need to keep track of. Let's pull up the map. So I got bobmonium, stereotyte, there's coal. I definitely need coal, and there's some sapphirite. So I need coal, stereotyte, and sapphirite immediately off the bat. So we're going to start over here, and we're going to start generating some coal. And, okay, I do have wood. So we're going to craft a chest. And so that's going to put the coal directly in the chest. Go away. Norton. Okay, so another item we need. Now, this layout is actually specific to Bob's and Angel's. A lot of this stuff actually does not exist outside of Bob's and Angel's. Some of the navigation is still a little weird to me. I actually haven't played a ton of this outside of just whenever I had an opportunity, but I haven't done a lot of it with the Bob's mods installed. So with that installed, oh hey, look at that, it's nighttime. And here's the sapphirite. Okay. Let's get these rocks out of the way. So sapphirite is going to be critical because this will, right off the bat, create iron. And this stuff, stereotyte, will create copper right off the bat without the need for this ore crusher and then ore sorter. Now we do need a crusher, and that's going to have to come down here. So we're going to put the crusher there, and then I think what we're going to do at that point is start setting up our furnace production. So we're going to have a total of 4 furnaces. Because we're going to need a lot of iron for the next set of tasks. Now the benefit to this setup is I am setting this up to run conveyor belts to everything, which of course will require a lot of the iron, which is why I'm making the iron. A little more coal. So we have to set the recipe so it knows what to crush. So give that a little bit of coal, and we'll give this one a little bit of coal. Okay, so now I need 9 iron. Let's get 9 iron, shall we? We're going to mine this little piece here. So there's currently 35 pieces remaining. And that's going to help. Okay, there's our 9 pieces. So we're going to run this through, get it all nice and crushed up. Okay, yeah, I need one more. I forgot this does it in sets of 2. So crushed stone can be used to make normal stone, but the crushed saphirite, that is needed because that's going to get me iron, which is going to get me another miner over here. So to prep for that, let's get another box. That's, yeah, right there. So we're going to set this up. This isn't a very robust segment. Actually, we're going to move that in a little bit further. Okay, so sweet, we got 10 iron plates. Alrighty. So now we can come back to production and get the drill. Eventually I'll be converting these to all electric, but for right now this is the best I can do. So we're going to throw that in there, start this little bit of production. Now, the reason this is critical and why I have this set up with this line here is as this crushes, I'll be able to send the materials down and actually get what I need set up. The downside to this, I need filter inserters, and let's see, where is, okay, let's see where they're at. Slag processing, mechanical refining gives me the electric ore crusher and the ore sorting facility, which is really going to help us increase the various things that I need. Electronics. There we go. Filter inserter. Whew. That's going to require lead and tin, which will require bobmonium and rubite. So that's one of the issues with this. So for right now, we're just going to run it manually and see how well this works. In the meantime, let's make some stone. There it is. Okay. Copper, glass. Ooh, that's a new one. No, but that's a bit more advanced than what I can do right now. That is the one downside to angels. Now, eventually we are going to get here. This is going to take 3 iron plates. So this is why we need all those resources. So one of the things I'm going to be doing is I am going to be sending coal this way and giving all of these coal. So, let's see. Get it prepped. Give that coal. 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 Actually, now that one will come down here and go there. Now, this is the least efficient way to do this. There are far more efficient ways of producing it, but we need the ore crusher to do that, and then the ore sorter. This burner ore crusher isn't the greatest. But early game, it's pretty much the only option. So, we're going to craft 5 of these. We're going to prep this end of things. Okay. And as we're able to craft, we're just going to keep setting up more and more of these items. Not a big fan of some of the ways I have to set this up, but because I don't have splitters yet, I have to run this kind of backwards a little bit. See how we're doing on coal. Look at that, 85. And right in the nick of time. So what we're setting up right now is just coal delivery. It's going to keep these able to be powered up. Okay, so in order to do the research, there it is, I have to craft the lab, which does require 15 copper, but it also requires a lot of materials here. And I need water, which is clear down there. So we do have some water available. I can create a power generation station. Not going to be the greatest one, but it'll at least get the job done. In the meantime, this also means I am going to have to get a splitter as quickly as I can. So if anybody wants to tell me in the chat how we're doing on the stream, how it looks on their end, I'd love to know. May have to end up changing some settings later. Early game is a lot of waiting in Factorio, especially in this modded version, because just about everything I'm doing here is modded except for the furnaces and the initial mining. So I do have to give this one little bit of a gap. The best way to set this up is actually going to be to bring it around so I can feed it and keep it sustained on its own with fuel. Speaking of necessary fuel, this is exactly why we need this pathway here to be set up so that the fuel can consistently get down here. How are we looking on fuel there? Decent fuel, decent fuel. Okay. I'm going to keep doing this. One other thing I'm going to do is I am going to ramp up production next on coal and really get as much coal going at a time as possible, which is really going to help once we get the splitters, because we need splitters in order to run a lot of the power that we need to produce. So we're also going to have this thing craft us up some rocks. Oh, we're almost there. Ooh, very close. Okay, now that we got the pathway, now we can start grabbing more material, start loading this up. And obviously now that we have the coal going, everything down here will self-sustain on its own coal. Okay. Get another crate for this one. This just creates a buffer so that once the pathway gets full, we're not actually overloading the we're not stopping production of coal. We can still keep producing even if the supply chain is full. And because these are burner inserters dealing with coal, it also helps them automatically maintain themselves with coal, so I don't have to worry about them either. Only downside to this is it does create a fair bit of pollution, which if I hadn't turned off the enemies, they would be attacking me fairly quickly for that. So in some ways, this is actually a good thing that I'm setting it up this way. Eventually there will be a splitter, which will let me actually run coal into all four, and then this has to get filtered so that I can specifically run just the sapphirite ore. Otherwise it'll try and put everything in there and it'll muck up the works. Alrighty. Self-feed itself. Now I gotta decide how I want to get this over to the water. Or I can have power generating down here somewhere. Yeah, we'll put the power down here. Okay, so we're actually going to set up our boiler over here. Boiler number 1 will go right there. Now, we gotta still have quite a bit left that needs to be produced, but this is really going to help us out. And I am actually going to set up automation to send the mined material here up to there. And of course they run out of fuel. So you can also self-feed with self-fed parts. One of the things I am going to do here is I am actually going to reorient the coal by doing that. So now coal is being fed. The downside is it does limit what it's willing to produce. So it does mean I'm going to be over here a lot more often, slowly plugging away. That is the main downside to this method. And because we moved that, we're actually going to move this closer this way. And we're going to run a burner inserter on it. Now this is going to go through a lot of coal to heat up the water that I'm able to produce. And do I have enough for that pump? Okay, so for the pump I do need to get 3 copper, which is going to be some of this stuff here. So that's going to need its own ore crusher, which is right there. This one for now is going to remain a mechanical ore crushing. And we are going to swipe a lot of this coal and drop it in there. And let's smelt this up. Okay, looks like no. Bad pickaxe. Where'd my tool go? There it is. So yes, your tools do actually end up failing over time, which does suck somewhat. Okay, let's get the offshore pump built. Now this is actually going to pump water all the way up to here. Normally I wouldn't do it that way, but because of the lack of research, Now, unlike Oxygen Not Included, which is another game I play, water here is literally unlimited. Okay, so I'm going to cheat a little bit. Manually put it in so it just keeps grinding away. Because I need a ton of this stuff. And even with all this preparation, we're still missing a piece that goes right here, which is the actual power generation component, which is the steam engine. Unfortunately, the steam engine is fairly expensive. So I am limited on just how much I can do there. Let's take another look at what it takes. Okay, so we need 10. So we need 40 level 1 science packs, which costs... Where is it? There it is. 1 copper and 2 iron. Okay, well. Ain't that a delight? So now we've created 200 degree steam, or sorry, 165 degree steam. Unfortunately, downside is I don't have the mod that lets me just go through the pipes. So I've just cut that whole thing off. Erg. And let's make some more stone. So for this I need 31 plates. Now we're getting there. So the goal is to start getting science produced before the end of this stream, because if you folks like it, what I'm going to do is this is going to be another game that I upload every day. So you'll get 2 videos a day. You'll get about half an hour of Minecraft and half an hour of Factorio every day. There's our 31. Now I need 15 copper and 26 steel, or sorry, iron, in order to actually make the lab where I do the research. So now that we're prepped, has nothing to give power to, so it's not going to even bother generating any, which, you know, works for me. So now our priority is science packs. And we're going to need 40 of them to actually get the materials that we need. Now, unfortunately, the crusher does create a bit of a minor issue. Which is, I have to crush it, and then I have two products, neither one of which is really pointless for me right now, and the other one is actually what's needed. So, definitely got to get to filters. So first we need to automate. It's going to give us the level 1 assembly machine. So first things first, we're going to craft 4 wooden crates because we are going to be crafting, I think we're going to craft some electric mining drills at this point. We'll do another burner, but that one over there will be electric by the end of this episode. So we're going to start there, and we're going to move this over here. So it's just going to directly deposit everything straight into here and automatically crush what it's able to deposit, which works well because we're going to move that over here and we're going to set it right there, and we're going to feed this like so. Now you'll notice this does take a hot minute to actually process. It'll go a lot better once we get the electric mining drills. But for right now, for what we need this thing to do, this is going to be our best bet. And over here, once we're able to get the filter inserters, I'll be able to filter where everything goes, and we can load these up specifically with just the ore that we need to produce. But, oh, oops. There we go. Now we got some decent coal production going. So, let's start producing some electric current. I'll leave this like this for right now. Now up here, we're definitely going to do electric. And power poles, where did those go? See, a lot of this stuff got moved around. There we go. A lot of this got moved around during the mods. So knowing where everything should be and where it actually is, very different topic. We're not quite to where she's producing power yet, because there's really nothing to draw the power. And we need more copper. So we're going to use a lot of copper to get power to the bobmonium and the rubite. But once we get power up here to the rubite, that'll give us lead, and then we can get the tin, and then we can start getting solder and the other components that we're going to need to be able to start filtering out these. And eventually we will be able to set up a actual factory line. Right now the factory line is fairly basic and rudimentary. It's usable, but not the greatest. And here is our yellow bobmonium. And we're going to put this right there. Put its box right there. Bobmonium's going to start off by giving us tin. Eventually it'll be tin and silicon. And silicone. What is silicon used for? Honestly, I'm not sure what silicone is used for anymore. There was something I was seeing in here that seemed to say tin. Oh no, that was over in here. It was somewhere in there. Okay. So once we get power going over there, then we can start crushing those ores. And really pushing production. There we go. We now have lead and tin coming out of the ground. We got our copper being refined. We got our steel production going fairly well. Oh no! What's going on here? Oh, ran out of resources. Okay. This is one of the problems that can occur with these really lightly loaded. We really want to be further down here. This lightly loaded patch is going to just drain super fast. Because at best I'm getting 1.6 thousand. And that really doesn't take any time to come out. So let's rework some of this real quick, and then we will figure out from there. Okay. Nope. Okay. So we gotta move a few things. There we go. Now that those are happy, let's make another 5 of these, and let's get that lab. Oh, one more copper away, huh? And there's our lab. I'm going to go ahead and throw our lab down here after it actually, builds. Okay. We now have our lab. We have our 10 science packs. Let's get automation researched. It does take a little bit of time to actually fully research some of these things, especially as you get later into the game. But for right now, since we are still slowly working on getting our initial resources so we can sort through things, get the ore crusher going. So we're going to do automation, then we're going to do electronics, which will get us the filter, and it will let us make solder plates, solder, tinned copper wire, things that we need for the basic electronics board, solder, and here, copper, or carbon, huh? How do I get carbon? Oh, wow. Okay, carbon's gonna be a hot minute out. Well then. That's problematic. So I need 50. Oh, jeez. Then we're going to need to produce some carbon dioxide. So we got to make some coal. So we'll have to produce some coke, some crushed coal, some coke, and then we can make some carbon. And then we can actually produce some of this other stuff. So all of that's probably going to end up being one of the regular episodes that we're going to end up doing that in. In the meantime, let's work with what we got. Make a couple electronic inserters. And let's see. Okay, so we got our research done. So mechanical refining really is going to need to come next, because as you can see when you crush it, I'll get copper out of the crushed sapphirite. I'll also get slag. Now slag goes and creates crushed stone with a single slag, which is great because that creates a ton of stone production, which we will need for stone walls. In the meantime, so I need that. Seedlings. I think we're going to get a greenhouse to just start, in general, creating wood. Let's go ahead and do that. So for that, we need... we need a lot more copper. So we're just going to do 5 at a time because I'm also going to be crafting a little bit of this here. Hopefully I can do an underground here shortly. How do I do the underground? I need logistics, which means I need basic logistics. There we go. Okay, basic logistics will get me an underground pipe. Okay, let's see what we can do. We got 5 minutes left in the stream, so we're going to see what we can produce real quick. And one more. And I'm actually going to change the research that we're going to start off with to basic, because that's really going to help us. Assuming that this all ends up working the way I'm hoping it will. That's going to come under. I need to relocate that. It's going to go to there. This needs to be relocated. Just going to relocate it there. No, we're going to put this right here. And let's see about producing another couple of those. Do 2 sets. Arg. And there's the problem. Okay, we're going to have to just do it this way so that it constantly works. This is not ideal. This is not how I wanted to run this. But it's not going to give me any choice. So let's go back to the greenhouse. And we got 3 minutes. Let's get some more copper going. So this way we can produce more than one at a time. And I can at least keep okay. So we might go a little bit longer. We're going to try and actually get the greenhouse researched real quick. And once we got that done, then that will be it for the stream. Okay, so we're almost there. Now, I generally don't actually start the research until right when I have all the science packs actually in possession. So we're going to go ahead and wait for the greenhouse to get going. I would love to check the greenhouse out on stream. And then we're going to take a look at what it does. Now my thoughts is it just generates wood just routinely, which is perfect. Some mods do go through an absolute ton of wood on a fairly routine basis. So if we're able to keep producing wood, that'll actually really help. So greenhouse is going along pretty good. Let's take a look at how much steel we got, or iron, sorry. We do have steel in the game. It is actually a separate component. Sapphire and stearite. By hand? Okay, I didn't know I could do that by hand. That actually works. Okay, greenhouse is going to be done here shortly, and then once it's done, we will be able to get this thing set up and take a quick hard look at it. Alright guys, if you have any suggestions for Stream Sunday, leave them in the comments or in the chat, depending on what's active at the time. Let me know what you want to see. If I have the game, I will happily play it. If you liked this video, hit that like button, consider subscribing. It definitely helps grow the channel. And let's take a look at what we got in these boxes over here real quick. We're doing pretty good on the rubites. Realistically, lead is not a high demand item. However, tin, we'll be going through a lot of tin once we start making carbon. Not really keen on getting into carbon. That is a pain to set up. Unfortunately, it is also something that does appear is going to be required. Okay, we are just about 3/4 of the way there on researching the greenhouse. Once that's researched, then, okay, we're 3/4 of the way there now. Once it's researched, we'll get it built, we'll take a look at it, and we'll go from there. Let's get some more iron plates getting going here. Alright, we got the greenhouse built. Oh, we got it researched. So let's take a look at what it costs to make a greenhouse. Oh, I need glass. I need 4 glass. How do I make glass? I'm gonna make a seedling. Iron, lead, tin plates. I'm really interested. How do I make glass? Hmm. Ah. Silicone. That's what I need to make glass. Okay. Well, I guess we're not building that today. Alright, guys. So that is going to end this stream. So if you liked this video, hit that like button. If you consider subscribing, please do. It helps out the channel, helps me grow the channel. In the meantime, you guys have a great day. I will see you in the next episode of Factorio, or in the next stream, hopefully. Y'all have a good one. And I will see you guys later.